Hey, well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Friday Lunch and Learn sponsored by the Do Space. My name is Julie, and I'll be your facilitator this afternoon. I do have the chat open over here on another monitor, so if you have questions, feel free to post them, or you can turn your microphone on, whichever is your preference. The integration of artificial intelligence in Microsoft Office, week 2. What we're going to do is we're going to put together a little project today. So we're going to use Copilot. Last week we looked at ChatGPT, but this week we're going to look at Copilot, which is part of the Microsoft Office suite. And we're going to look at smart cities. So this is actually something that I did in real life. There is an Earth Day workshop coming up, and I wanted to do a presentation on smart cities. So I went in and I had ChatGPT write a 200-word abstract for a presentation proposal. Of course, I went in and edited the proposal. And then I had it write 3 outcomes for me for the presentation. And I had it create an outline for a PowerPoint presentation. All of that was done in Copilot, which we'll go to here shortly. Then I went over to PowerPoint and opened my outline in PowerPoint. We looked at a brief preview of how to do that last week. We'll go ahead and look at it again. And we'll look at the designer option, which is AI built into Microsoft PowerPoint. Then I'm going to go back to Copilot. I'm going to ask it to create some smart city graphics for me. So I'm just going to go ahead. I have a couple of files already open here. So when you go into Copilot, and you can get there by just going to copilot.cloud.microsoft. I believe that's the website. Mine's a little bit different because I've been working with this morning. I kind of ran through the presentation a little bit ago to make sure that there were no glitches. But this is what Copilot looks like. And it has some different things up here, how to laugh, suggest 5 office-friendly jokes, some different things that you can, some different ideas as to how you could use Copilot. I have a Word document with our tasks on it. So what I'm going to do is first of all, I'm going to ask it to write me an abstract. So I'm just going to come down and I'm going to say, write a 200-word So I simply asked it to write a 200-word abstract on smart cities in the United States. Once it writes your, in this case, the abstract, you can go through and you can edit in Pages, or you can copy this, which is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go ahead and copy what it wrote, and I'm going to go back over to Microsoft Word. I'm just going to paste that in so that we have it. You'll note that it also gave me the references. So that's very nice. It went out and it did the research for us in a very fast manner compared to probably what we could do it personally in doing our own research. So this is what it gave me. Smart cities in the United States are transforming urban living through the integration of advanced technology and data-driven solutions. The one thing that AI tends to do, and it did not do it in this, is sometimes it will give you a list of items. You can ask it to write it in paragraph form. It wrote it in paragraph form for me because I asked it for an abstract, but it does include the references for us. So we can go in and look at those, or change the format if we need to. So this is particularly talking about New York City, Washington, D.C., Dallas, San Francisco, Chicago, and something like that. So if I wanted to, I could come in, if I looked at that and I said, okay, I want to say include the villages in Florida. That's the other thing that's really nice about AI is that it's very generous concerning spelling and punctuation. Okay, so then I just asked it to rewrite that, including the villages in Florida, and you can see this third paragraph includes the retirement community. So I can go ahead and copy that, and we will paste that into our Word document. Let's go ahead and place that. So it remembers what it did formally for you. And then it says, would you like to know, more about specific initiatives? You can certainly do some more research using using Copilot as your AI. But for right now, I think you've got the idea. So we have our 200-word abstract. I am now going to ask it to give me some outcomes. So I'm going to go ahead. Future leave things open today. Okay, so a couple of questions. How did you know the subject smart cities existed? Just because of research that I have done in the past in terms of sustainability. Dean and Mary, you could contact the DoSpace and they can send it out to you. It is being recorded to their cloud. So now I'm going to ask it to write 3 outcomes for the presentation. And if you can't find it, Mary, you can send me an email and I can certainly contact them and get a hold of that and get to the recording. So here are 3 potential outcomes. Those are a little wordy, so I'm going to ask it to shorten the outcomes. Okay, so it shortened the outcomes, but this time I'm going to ask it, I'm going to go just a little bit further. Write the outcomes to Bloom's taxonomy. Okay, so Bloom's taxonomy has different levels all the way from knowledge to evaluation. Interesting that it did give me 6 of them, which is fine. But now I'm going to come down here and my Zoom bar seems to keep getting in my way. Right only. Oops. Okay, so it went with comprehension, application, and evaluation. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy those, and we'll put those in our Word document. All right. What was the next thing that we were going to do? Okay, now I'm going to have it write an outline for me. I'm going to have it create an outline. So create an outline for a PowerPoint presentation on smart cities. Okay. So again, it's coming up with an outline for me, which is very nice. It included 10 slides. I could have told it that I want 12 slides. And it will reconfigure that for me. So what it did was, I believe on the one up above, it had Washington DC, Dallas, and San Francisco. I had those all together. So now I've got 12 slides. So, you know, exactly whatever you need, it will do. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to copy that. And we'll move back over to Microsoft Word. I am going to go ahead and just grab a new blank document. And we'll paste those in. Now, if you recall from last week, you can, when you're in PowerPoint, you can open, you can go to File and you can tell it to open a specific document. That does not have to be a PowerPoint. We can browse out and we can have it open a Microsoft Word document, and it will insert those slides automatically for you. So you don't have to go in and copy and paste this information from Microsoft Word to PowerPoint. The technology will do it automatically for you. So what I'm going to do is give you my slides. I'm just going to go ahead and we need to edit some of this stuff out. So I've got my title slide. The key to this is that your slides need to be in Microsoft Word, they need to be headings. Okay, so and I don't want the slide number on there. If you don't make these headings and heading 2, so here in a minute, once I get done with the headings, we're going to go back and all the bullet points, we are going to change over to heading 2s. If you don't do that, it will not upload the slides correctly. For instance, if you just put in the headings, but you leave the bullet points as they are as normal, it will only bring in the headings on your Microsoft PowerPoint presentation. So if you're taking notes, that's probably a good thing to note, is that you need to make sure that you change that so that almost done, getting there. Looking to see if there are any questions. And again, if you have a tip or a trick that you would like to share with the group, feel free to do so. Part of the reasons that I like doing these things is I like learning from you as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and make these. I'm going to turn off the bullets and I'm going to make them headings. I'm going to make this a little easier on myself and use the format painter.
One of your readers. I was wondering, we have to make up 1 or 2 catch-up things from Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve from the simulator league. Do you by chance have any time open days like between 5 or 7, like between 5 and 7?
Was somebody asking a question? If so, I couldn't hear you clearly.
Oh,
Let me turn my volume up a little bit. Maybe that's part of it.
Stay till late, like 5. Oh, that's Zoom. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm going to.
I think Marty needs to be muted. I don't know if anybody can do that.
Yeah, I sure can take care of that. That was. There we go. Thank you. Thank you. That's why I couldn't hear the question, because there wasn't one being asked. Okay, so now I have my document set up. Oh, for the, okay, I will start doing that. So it appreciates, please and thank you, interesting. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go ahead and save this. Should have a new space folder up here someplace. Okay, and once you save it, you want to go ahead and close it so that it will upload to PowerPoint. And we'll just go in and say we want to open. And when I go down to open, I'm just going to browse out and I'm going to open that outline. And it opens up a new presentation. And it gives me, you can see that each one, it knew that the heading is telling it that to start a new slide. And the heading 2 is telling it to include those bullets on those specific slides. So a nice nice there. Now, as you can see, my slides are just, white. So I'm going to come over here on the home ribbon and I'm going to click on designer. And what it's going to do is it's going to generate multiple ideas as to how you can set up your slides. So on my title slide, however, whichever one I select, it's going to kind of stick with that theme for me. You can scroll through and you can look at any one of these that you want. Now this has very nice graphics with it. Personally, I think that the font is too small. It's only in 15. They recommend that in PowerPoint you have nothing less than 24. So I can go in and I can edit this. If this is something that you really like, you can certainly go in and edit the text if you would like. You don't have to stick with that, but I'll just go ahead and select one. That's pretty cool. I like that. Or you can, go with different graphics. So you've got a lot of different ideas that you can select from. If you don't like any of these, you can ask it to generate some more. So I'm just going to click on see more, and it's bringing in the different options that we have. Okay. So we'll go ahead and select one. That's kind of cool. And then you can go down to the next slide and you'll just move through your PowerPoint, selecting the outline that you would prefer. Isn't this much faster than having to do it all by yourself? The designer has been out for quite some time. If I think back, I think the first time that I used it was approximately 8 years ago. I created a music video for a friend of mine who was having a milestone birthday. And by using the designer, it was much faster for me to put together the pictures and the options that I had. Now, let's go ahead and okay, we're almost to the end. So what I'm going to do the end of the PowerPoint, that is, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move back over here to my Copilot, and I'm going to go in, I'm going to ask it to create a graphic for me. So I'm going to say, create a smart city graphic. This takes a little bit longer, not terribly long. The one thing that I have learned is that you do not want to move, or at least this happened to me. You don't want to move from one tab to another, because it will stop the creation of the graphic. That's happened a couple of times to me. It could have been just a coincidence, but that's been my experience, that I wanted to share with you. And here it's coming in, creating a graphic for me. Of course, you can go out to the internet and download these graphics if you would like, but this is a pretty cool feature of Copilot. So here's a graphic, and let's say that I'm looking at this, and down below it says, okay, do you want more color? Do you want to add specific technologies used, include statistics on the smart growth? Let's tell it to make it more colorful. And then I have to hit the enter key for it to accept that. The other thing that you'll notice on when you're using AI, if you've used it before, you can either give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down, and that is providing feedback. Oh, and I forgot to say please. I'm sorry, Travis. I will do that again. We're going to create a couple of these, so I will say please and thank you. The thumbs up and the thumbs down. If it was something that you liked or something that you disliked, you can certainly let them know, the company know what you prefer. Now that is magical. So I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to copy that, and we're going to move back over to our PowerPoint, and I'm just going to paste that onto my slide. Now, if you work with PowerPoint in the past, you know that at this point you would have to manipulate the graphic and move around everything. And look at what it does for me. This is kind of like looking at the Wizard of Oz almost. We've got all of these different options. But let's go back over to Copilot for a minute. And I'm going to say, please create another one based on Boston. We'll see what it comes up with. So you'll notice that it is using something called Microsoft Designer within Copilot. And down below, now it's saying, okay, focus on Boston's unique features, highlight special projects in Boston, include community engagement aspects. So there is, let's focus on unique features in Boston, see what it says, but we have to say please. So am I supposed to say thank you right here? Is that the idea? And here we go. It's creating one. Going back to the thumbs up and the thumbs down. That again, that provides feedback to the publisher of Copilot or whichever one you're using. Okay, so let's just go ahead and copy this. And we will go back over to our PowerPoint. And I'm going to paste that one in. And it gives me, different options. So those are somewhat similar in nature. But you can see that it gives you a lot of different layouts for you to choose from. Let's go ahead. I'm just going to go ahead and open up. I'm going to bring in just a blank slide. And then we're going to come back over to the, and let's Let's see if it will please create. Hmm. So we'll go to New York City and see what it comes up with for us. While it's generating that, with the designer on PowerPoint, and I don't want to move off of this for fear it will stop generating. It's been my experience that if you try to put 4 pictures on the PowerPoint, that the designer does not give you any design ideas. Up to 3, it most certainly will. And when we go back over to PowerPoint, I'll continue on about my story about creating the music video and how easy it was. Okay, so let's see, include showcase public safety technology. Let's see what it does here. So if you've used Google Slides, which is a cloud computing option, just to talk a little bit more about how I used the designer and AI to quickly put together a music video for this birthday. I shared out a Google Slide document with. Ooh, okay. I thought it would give me something more graphic, but it didn't. That's all right. We'll go ahead and copy this one and bring it back over, and we'll just go ahead and paste that in. I'm just going to leave it just like that. It's giving me my ideas, but I'm going to come back over and go back in. And this time I'm going to ask it to create a create a self-driving car. I forgot to say please. Yes. Okay, so here it's generating for me. As I was saying with Google Slides, I shared it out with all of the people that were invited to the birthday party, and they were able to load various pictures that they wanted to be included in the music video. And I very easily downloaded it as a PowerPoint presentation, used Designer to design my slides, and added music to the background. Made it pretty simple. Should be coming in here any second now. Oh, I guess it is in. I just needed to scroll. So we'll grab this and copy it back over to our PowerPoint. And see, they're right on top of each other, and it doesn't matter because the designer is moving them around and creating them for me. So let's go back over and we'll create just one more. Okay, so I asked it to please create a picture for the villages. I find this to be rather fascinating for somebody that doesn't have any artistic ability. Okay, so there's a picture of the villages, and we'll just go ahead and put that into our PowerPoint. And here's all our different options. So it takes those pictures. Just to give you an idea, if you have ever went to put together a music video, You can use PowerPoint. It is really easy. You don't have to have, like I said, you don't have to have a lot of artistic skills or ability in order to do that. So pick whichever one you want. And you can see that, let's go ahead and on our conclusion, which one we would like, just go ahead and put one in there. And we have that in. So, you know, and of course, we have edits to go in and make, but essentially. It generates the image response, say that, okay, you can use a shorthand, thanks and please. And a nice job, it's been trained on our human interactions, yeah. Yes, it has been on our human interactions, I agree 100%. With that, but you know, in about 35 minutes, we by using AI, we had it write an abstract, we had it give us our outcomes in Bloom's taxonomy form, excuse me, and create an outline for our presentation, and did some research for us, so we automatically have some articles that we can go in and read to base our presentation on. And it's formatted the presentation for us. So, you know, utilizing AI can be extremely beneficial for you, as long as, like I said last week, as long as you're using it with ethics and integrity and not, you know, taking too much advantage of it. Now, obviously, with this particular topic, you have to have a knowledge of smart cities or sustainability in order to pull off the presentation, because I'm pretty sure that you couldn't go into AI and say, do the presentation for me. But then I haven't tried that. But there's just all kinds of different options for you to look at. So Copilot is another one. I just want to click on view prompts here and see what this does. Oh, okay, those are the prompts that we had up before. So it's got lots of great things. Copilot can be used for Microsoft Word, in Excel, in PowerPoint, in your email, in Outlook. So it is across the board that you can utilize it. Has anybody used it in Office 365? This is the paid version. Travis, this is part of my Office 365 that I've used. So I don't know. It's never stopped me from doing prompts. I've done probably just today easily over 100 prompts. But I'm sure that that's the difference between the paid version and the free version. Other questions? Anything else you want me to put in here? Let's do this. I have no idea what we're going to get out of this. I'm just curious. I'm curious as to whether what draws, number one, and if it's going to go to the do space that no longer exists on 72nd and Dodge, or if it's going to give us a picture of the Abraham's library that they're currently working out of, or perhaps the new structure that is being built on 72nd and Dodge, the Omaha Public Library, where the Do Space will move back into in a couple of years. Yeah. Futuristic looking and it's not realistic as to what the building looks like, but it certainly is futuristic, very similar to the Omaha Public Library that is currently being built on 72nd and Dodge. Okay, other questions, other things that you would like me to put in the chat? That you would like to play around with PowerPoint. Yeah, you're welcome. If you do have any questions, you can feel free to email me at the Do Space, or if you want a copy of this recording, I can certainly get that out to you. Next week, we are going to go into Microsoft Excel. So if you are an Excel user, or even if you're not an Excel user, the AI is really cool. You can have thousands and thousands of lines of data, and it will extract information for you without really you asking to give it to you. Since you've been asking about futuristic item in the chat. Oh, I see what you're saying. So start a new chat, Travis. I can certainly do that. Should be coming up here anytime now. Ah. Still futuristic, not exactly the same model, but let's do this. Oh, sure, absolutely. As soon as this generates this, we'll use this picture. Yeah. Okay, so again, futuristic, but does not what the new library looks like. What I'm gonna do is to use this picture, I'm just going to go ahead and right click, and I'm going to highlight copy image and left click. And then I'm gonna move back over to my PowerPoint presentation. And I can go to another slide. Let's see, we've only got 2 on this one. If I paste this in, so I can just either click on paste or do a Control V to paste this picture in. It will automatically open up the designer over here on the right and allow me to select from any one of these designs that I prefer. All right, other questions? You're welcome. Like I was saying, next week, for week 3, we are going to delve into Microsoft Excel. So if you have not used AI within Excel, it's an exciting times. So the recordings are on the DoSpace cloud. I don't have your email addresses though. I will ask my contact at the DoSpace to send the recordings out to everybody that has registered for each of the series. How about if I just do that? Might be easier than multiple people asking the DoSpace for them. So I will email them and have them send out the recordings. All right, thanks everybody. Hey, as always, big shout out to the DoSpace for everything that they do for the greater Omaha area. Certainly is appreciated. And like I said, they are temporarily located at the Abraham's Library in kind of western Omaha. So you can stop by and see them in person. If not, check out the calendar. They've got lots of great stuff going on and some additional AI presentations on Thursdays. Have a great afternoon, a fabulous weekend, folks. Thank you.
Thank you.